So on meditation and mindfulness, I thought we'd start out here because this is my spot right now that I'm working. Don't mind that. Focus our mind over here. And I've been playing with gardening gardening for mindfulness. Actually, I need to make sure I include that on the blog for this, on the side of the blog that goes with this video, because that book actually that I read was amazing and perfect to go with this topic, and really the approach that I'm going for here with my practice with my karate and my yoga and the meditation and mindfulness part of that, which is that it's not necessary to sit in meditation and to be still and be devoid of thoughts and to achieve mental elevation through that way. It's just not a requirement for meditation. And that's not to say that distractions going on over here. Let's shift over here. That's not to say that it's not effective and that that's not a valid form of meditation, because it totally is. But there's more to meditation than that. There is anything essentially that frees your mind to expand and explore and just be with a state of oneness with yourself and with the world around you is essentially a meditation. And that can look like gardening, it can look like art, it can look like a silent or to music, lie down in meditation, like a kundalini activation. It can look like a sound bath. It can look like all of these different things. And my approach that I'm going for is I have my crystals set up, I have in my garden, I have the entrance, a whole experience for me. And my practice is that I don't really spend time sitting and practicing meditations and specific mindfulness and journaling off and on. I'm really not consistent about it. And lately I've been all about how can I be more consistent? What can I put into my schedule, into my routine, that I can do consistently without having to force myself to do it, because that is key, is finding practice that you do regularly because you enjoy doing it. Now, sure, there's always going to be times when you're man, I don't want to go. Some nights I don't want to go to karate. Some days I don't want to get up and I don't want to water my plants. And, that's always a thing. But the idea here is, again, finding the practice where you can apologize for my distractions, finding the practice where you can commit to doing, because overall it's something you really enjoy doing. And I found that with my karate practice. I've tried many different exercise routines over the years, and that's been the only one that stuck, and it led me into where I am now. And it's the core of my practice is what I'm finding. So in this dive into trying to figure out, essentially trying to narrow down, trying to hone in on what I'm doing, I realized some of the pieces that were already here. It's those structures that I didn't really even realize because I do them so regularly, and sometimes they occur that way. Karate, I realized, oh, that's actually a staple in my life because I've been doing it every single week and for years. And then I found that gardening, I found that I've just been doing it and I just get up and I do it and I do it and I do it and I do it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a thing. Like, that's a part of my identity, my routine, and something that I like doing, and something that is part of my practice. And I'm feeling into one, looking into what else is there already that I'm not noticing, and two is what do I desire to add to that. And adding is gradual, and I'm moving very slowly right now, very intentionally, very slowly, adding pieces that I know that I can be consistent. That's that key word. And also, like, deciding for myself what even does consistency mean, because it can be like every day, every week, every this, and ultimately I think it's something that we say, I'm doing this thing and holding it as an intention, and then finding our way into that, because there's always like breaks in things, and there's a consistency that is like, I guess, an overboard consistency, and I'm a lizard now. Okay, overboard consistency, and then there's the consistency that is like good consistency, that is not overdoing it, because when we overdo it, when we say like, oh, I'm going to do this thing every single day and add it to my schedule, and then we end up doing it and then not doing it because, well, now we have we've thrown ourselves off balance. And this is a really important concept when we're thinking about like routines and schedules and like meditations and mindfulness, is being mindful of where we are looking for quick results and where we're being impulsive. And that's why my slow movement right now, I'm finding, well, I'm trusting in the process more than anything else, but I'm finding that it is what yields the greatest results for me, because the more that I can find things that I would like to do, like, it's the difference between doing something because you want to have the result and doing something because you desire it to be part of your lifestyle. Now, that's something that karate really, really, really taught me, is that I've been doing it because I enjoy doing it and I want it to be part of my lifestyle. Sure, sometimes, I don't want to go, sometimes I'm sore, sometimes, I'm whatever it is. Yeah, but I still keep going back, and I go and I go and I go, and the intention was never, oh, I want a belt. At some point I was like, okay, this is like a cool measurement, and sure, I wanted the belt. But it was something I added because of the process, falling in love with the process. And that's something I'm really like a mindset shift right now that I'm working on, is finding my process with the things that I'm doing right now, and doing these things so that I am creating a lifestyle for myself that I actually enjoy, that I love, and something that I never had before, which is that I used to be so far on the other side of that spectrum, where I was like, go, do all these things, and it was cool, I got a lot of things done, but I was miserable in the process. And so with that in mind, like, it's a lot of mindfulness, and I've found that the more that I spend time in like meditations of gardening, of like watering the plants, for me it's just like so relaxing. And even like doing yard work to me is like, I like it. And like, I was doing the weeds and stuff this morning, and I'm like, oh, this is nice, like outside, it's a nice day today, it finally cooled down a little bit, and it's good, and it just like clears my mind. gives me a break from writing, so I spend the majority of my time writing, and like, not the majority, but like I spend a lot of time writing and on my computer and, you know, making content and things on there. And so it's really nice to have time to be outside from, like, that's the thing that I love doing. And lately I've been integrating in more yoga, and it's helping me to like another practice, and also just a way of meeting more people who are like-minded. And it's also like part of my karate. Like it's giving me something else to add to my karate that's like another piece, and I'm really excited about that, because my focus, like my identity that I have discovered for myself, is being a martial artist. Like, at my core, I am a martial artist. And what that means is, sure, practicing karate, but it's more than that, because I really want this approach of being out in nature, of like integrating all different parts of my life together, of that, like the piece that I feel like is not taught so much, at least in Western culture, with karate and a lot of martial arts. And it's like that oneness, that connectedness that I've learned, that I've experienced in my like Kundalini work, especially guided me here. And there's some pieces of Kundalini that I'm taking that I like, and then there's some that I'm like, I don't like as much. Like the activations, I'm taking that, like I'm keeping that. Some of the yoga pieces I'm kind of like sorting through, and I'm really feeling the pull toward just asana yoga. And I like how smooth it is. Like I have my karate practice that sure is meant to have that fluidity too, but it is more like the classes, they're more like Kundalini yoga. They're not like Kundalini yoga, but they're more like Kundalini yoga than they are like asana yoga. And it's nice having those two pieces, because I feel like it's giving me more fluidity in my movement. Whereas, yeah, Kundalini, I just feel like I'm like huffing and puffing, and I'm like moving, and it's just not resonating with me. So, meditation and mindfulness, the takeaway from this video, I suppose, is that I challenged myself to remain focused and mindful while there were a lot of distractions going on around here. It's like trucks driving and going, and people coming and going, and lizards and all kinds of things. And I'm very, very excited about that, because this has been my goal, to do these one-shot videos, and I'm loving them. And 2, meditation is your own. Yes, so meditation is your own. It is whatever feels good for you to get into the state that meditation techniques are designed to get you into. Practicing meditation techniques, an amazing way to get started. And then, like anything else, you find your own practice, and that's for you to decide. And all the while being mindful of where you are being more of yourself, and where you are adding different pieces and everything about your life and yourself and your interests and everything there. So that is it for this. Make sure to check out the blog post as well, and I will see you guys back here for the next video. Remember, Mondays and Thursdays, those are video blog days, and that is it. Bye guys.